Lower league management taken to the extreme. Today we're going to be starting a brand new series all the way down in the 10th tier of English football. We're going to be taking over Chelmsley Town in the Midland Football League Division 1. How high can we get them? Obviously we're aiming for the Premiership, but believe me, that's going to be quite a challenge. Chelmsley Town, higher, Gilpin. So yeah, our team is looking really good. It's just looking insane. Finish mid-table is the goal. Set press conference. £325 a week. It seems a little high, considering for a 10th tier team, that seems insane. But hey, again, not going to argue with it. Supporter profile. Yeah, it's a lot of core fans, a lot of family fans, no corporate fans at all. So hopefully that'll go up over the course of this save. 12 season ticket supporters and 184 social media followers. I think we could just accept this on the plus side. They've got none of the really annoying, you can only sign players from this country, you can only do this, that, and the other. So I think we'll just accept that and get on with it. Yeah, so as far as players go, we have got someone in the under-21s. Quite frankly, if you're not good enough for this first team, then I'm not sure I want you anywhere near it. Lyndon Weller is our only player. He's a right back, despite being shown as in goal in the pre-season pre-game preview. He's not brilliant. The man's got 6 tackling, 4 marking. Yeah, he's an absolute legend of the area from the look of it. He spent a lot of time around this division. The Midland Football Alliance one? Oh no, it's one below. Because the Midland Football League Premier Division is where we aim to get to with the Wolves casuals. Okay, right. So our current division, Midlands Football League Division 1. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is something wrong with the data pack. It just says level 10 here. It doesn't give any further information. That's a little odd. I don't know if this is a problem with the data pack, but we don't have any relegation spots, which I assume is just because, can teams get lower than this and still be in the game? So we need to find people that are better than Lyndon Weller. Do I want to give him a new contract? Because he's not very good, but 21 different clubs want him at the moment. And they're all in playable leagues. So they're obviously, and we are in the bottom playable league. So I would expect that he can do a job, although do we really want him doing it? I don't really know. This is going to take some time. That's not good. I think step number 1 should be get a few staff in place. What's our budgets? I mean, that budget seems incredibly low, but at the same time, if we're spending £42 a week currently on one player, yeah, he's got a £50 appearance fee, which is not great. But if we, what, let's just see if we can offer him a new contract. I don't really want him as a star player because I'd hope we could get better. But we'll have to see. A regular starter. You watch £25 a week, a massive £4 appearance fee, £2 goal bonus. You know what? Let's bump you up on these, and we'll bump you down on that. It's absolutely mad that I'm negotiating for £5 here and there. A new substitute fee. You know what? I'll give you £2 if you don't come on. Does he accept that he wants 25? I'm not gonna be arsey about it. Let's knock your signing on bonus down a bit. Yeah, he's fine with that. We saved a tenner. I'll be honest, I'm not thrilled to be having him, but I just want to have a player, and he's been at the club since 2016. It seems like he's been at the club since 2016. He's also we've got no one under the hierarchy. So even being the only player on the team, he is not the team leader. I am going to spend a bit of time trying to get some staff. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get any, but This could be quite a trip. Let's see what we can do. So after a good like 15, 20 minutes searching through staff lists, I found absolutely nobody that's interested in coming to the club. This is not how I wanted to go. I did find Jamie Brooks here, he's an assistant manager at Ingles, and I went to offer a contract, and he was only offered interested in joining as a player. And I mean, he's not brilliant, but he's a centre mid, 11 first touch, 8 passing, 12 work rate. He's a bit old, he can't really run. But again, for £25 a week or whatever I've offered him, I think it's around 25. I think it's the same as the other player that I went for. Why did I completely forget where to go? Yeah, £25 a week. I think it's probably worth a punt. And I've had to do something I've never done before and put out job adverts for basically every position. Because uh, when you're doing a staff search, I was even searching for at most 10 ability, which I have never used the at most ability before filter before in my life. When you can't filter this down by like realistic appointments, and I'm sitting here with 500 people to go through, even Edgar Davids never tried him, but that would have been nuts. Uh, yeah, just no one wants to come. No one wants to join us at all under any situation. I'm just picking some up randomly here. Show you, like it's just no one is interested. So I'm hoping, if we get absolutely anyone replying to these for the assistant manager role and stuff like that, and I will probably just take them on if they're cheap enough, because we are really just unable to sign anyone here. So I've put an offer in for a couple of players, but it seems like so is every other team in the world. We've got Tyler McGee here, who he's not fantastic, but an 18-year-old striker, 14 finishing, 12 determination, 16 natural fitness. I feel like that's not a bad shout to go for, realistically. I mean, he's pretty terrible at a few other aspects, but we're not going to find a player that isn't terrible at some aspects. And Zach Costello, very much centre back, 16 jumping reach. He's 6'4". His physicals are actually surprisingly good, I feel like. And with 8 heading, 8 marking, is it 7 tackling, some good determination, good leadership. He could be a good player. 31 years old. We'll get a few years out of him. But also, yeah, there is quite a lot of interest, so I'm not holding my breath on any players, basically. The only other one we've gone for, really, I tried to get Sam Dryer on trial, but that wasn't going to happen. Jamie Brooks, he's the one that, when I was looking for an assistant manager, he seemed like he was interested in joining, and I was desperate. But for a centre mid, he's not bad. Hopefully he will be signing. There we go. So yeah, I'm just going to accept him. I don't know if he's good because I don't really have a squad to compare him to, but I feel like he's not a bad signing at the very least, because we're going to have to get a full team in. Oh yeah, okay. The team is, well, the fans are very happy about that. We're going to have to get a full team and benching, basically. So absolute worst case scenario, he can be a bench player. But yeah, you know what? I'm quite happy with that for a centre midfielder. I have been messing around with the tactic. I haven't really sorted positions yet, but just sort of how I might like to play, like a bit more direct. We need to get some fast wingers in. I was trying to get most of those players I found through looking through players with good jumping reach and heading, because I wanted a good target man up front potentially. So this sort of came a bit out of nowhere. I've got a friendly, and I'm not really sure what I should do about this, because I've got 2 players and a load of greyed out players. I was just going to instant result it, just to get sort of past it and try and carry on with some team building, because I have got offers out for a few players. But I thought, you know what? Why not have a go? Eastwood are definitely in a higher league than us. They're at least a tier above us, let's say. Uh, and they don't have any actual players. So, why not? We'll give it a shot. Back to Loach. This isn't looking good. Is that an own goal? Did he even touch that? That definitely just looked like Our player just headed that straight in. I mean, even on the replay, that was a Danby goal. Matthews did absolutely nothing. So hey, this is a kicks to save off in an interesting way. So 1-0 loss in our first game. Not a big deal particularly. I didn't see much from our actual players, but from what I did see, I don't think they lost the ball at any point really. So if that's what I'm judging this on, this is going to be a long season. So the first bit of disappointment we have got on this save, Zach Costello, the defender who was tall and could jump. That's basically his entire stat set, has decided to join Metropolitan Police over us. So back to the drawing board. And one bit of slightly better news, Tyler McGee, 18-year-old striker who has got very good finishing and can run a lot. That is his entire personality. Has agreed to join the club. £25 a week. That works for me. I mean, this player might have turned down my contract offer, but personally, I think he'd be fortunate to play at this. Anyway, on potentially good news, I mean, I'll be honest, I feel like I've been looking at players that are a lot better than him, but he's a long-standing member of the squad, and Lyndon Weller has put pen to paper in a new 1-year deal. So I'm not over the moon, but I'm glad to know at least we're not losing the only player we started with. Oh, so you really can't help but think we're going to have such a massive struggle to get any staff to come to this club. We're looking at 65-year-old Vic Akers here. 75-year-old Vic Akers. Chelmsley Town is not the standard of club I want to work for. What are his assistant manager stats? 214. Oh, we're in real trouble here. Oh my God, we've got someone interested. I mean, actually, I say interested, they're interested in being under 18's coach. But it's the first staff member I've probably clicked on 300 different staff members to look at if they'd be interested in speaking with a contract. This is the first time I have seen this screen not be greyed out. So, I mean, is he good? No, he's not even slightly. Come on, don't worry about being under 18's coach. You could be part of the big leagues with me, mate. And I'm tempted to offer him the £60 a week. I'm on 320, so that seems more than fair enough for my assistant manager. That's more than any of the players are going to be getting. Oh my God, I am so happy. We have finally got, well, potentially. Let's wait and see. Oh, this one does hurt a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I mean, Brad Lindsay, looking at him, he's a completely fine player. Like, not terrible finishing, good physicals. Did actually play for Chelmsley Town and Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the reason that this guy jumped out at me is I actually know him in real life. And he's just turned down coming to join the club. So I'm a little disappointed in that. That would have been a nice little little narrative for me. But apparently Coton Green had a much better offer, who are literally my rivals. So, oh, boys, you're going down this season. Well, hey, some people actually want to become a physio. And look, one of them's even got as high as 6 physiotherapy. So, he has got to be the number one choice. Will you come for a little bit less money? If maybe a contract. I don't really want to extend your contract because I'm hoping we get better than you next season. If we win the league, I'll give you an extra 50 quid. Is that going to make any difference at all? No, it's not down 1 point there. If a club wants you as a manager, you can leave. You know what? That's enough. And I will take that, Liam Smith, if you accept. Welcome to the team. Oh, head physio this time. Head physio, and they're all worse than the physio I've just put an offer in. But we'll continue that one. Let me just say, Mike Cox has agreed to be assistant manager. Well, that's reassuring, isn't it? So I'm like, I've got an assistant manager. I can finally just include realistic appointments. What if I change this to preferred staff role? Preferred job. Coach. Nope. Got one goalkeeping coach that might be interested. That actually isn't terrible even. I mean, it's not brilliant. £800 a week. No, thank you. Looks like our coach advert has finally got some actual applicants. Brookwell is the one that wants the job the most, supposedly. I assume that's what this means. He's interested. He's like, for someone who oh, it's mad that I'm like, oh look, he's mostly 3s and 4s. He's insane. Ben McGuire. Yeah, you can pause these if you want to take a better look at any of them. None of them are really that good, but many of them, I assume, none of them are goalkeeping coaches. No. So I'm thinking I might offer a contract to Graham Lonsborough. See what he wants. £60. Try and get it down to 50. It feels weird to be. I'll add that on just to see if he wants to go. 55. You know what? We'll take it. Adam Boland here, first goalkeeper I'm looking to sign. He's not brilliant, but you're probably hearing that with absolutely every player I'm going to. He is a goalkeeper, which is better. Like I say, I've got offers in on a few goalkeepers, I believe. Oh, Yakubu and Boland. Boland is not as good as Yakubu, so I'm going to delay this acceptance, I think, for a week to see if I can get Yakubu, because he's basically Boland is a slightly better shot stopper, but comparison-wise, I would definitely prefer to have Yakubu. I think, in fact, I might slightly up my contract offer on him. I'll keep £5 there. I'll go, yeah, I'll go £5 there and there. Promotion wage rise considerable. Optional extension. Let's give you an international cap bonus just on the off chance that miracles happen and you end up in the England team. £40 there, yeah. Hopefully that will help persuade him. This one does hurt a little bit. Kieran Lowe's has a great 15-year-old striker I was after, has gone to a different club. He wasn't great finishing, but the fact that, in the Holy Trinity here that everyone loves, dribbling and first touch were both over 10, and he wasn't slow. Quite good natural fitness, good work rate. I figured he'd be quite a good addition to the team, but he's gone to Whitstable Town instead, who are a higher division, so I can't really argue with the decision at all. Their club is slightly stronger than ours. He's on £5 a week. That's a bit annoying because I was definitely offering him 25 to 30, I feel like. On the plus side, Paul Yakubu is joining. So I might actually accept Boland as well as a backup, but we now have a goalkeeper. And, to have this many blues and even a yellow, it's quite exciting for this level. I mean, his first touch isn't great. I don't think I'll be playing him as a sweeper keeper. Something else I might not have mentioned. We did sign Graham Lonsborough as a coach on a massive £55 a week. He's all 4s and 3s. He's not brilliant, but you take what you can get. And this is all I could get. And I mean, looking at me compared to the rest of the division, I've got an absolutely nuts backroom team. Potentially got another signing here. Jeremy Aguilar? I don't know. I'm not sure about him. He's fullback. He's a left back. We don't currently have a left back, so I might sign him just because, it's quite a cheap £25 a week contract anyway. He's not great. And I mean, I know I've said that about a lot of players, but he's more not great than a lot of them. After a few more failed transfers, I thought I'd go over a couple of the people we have got bids in for. We've got Jack McConville here, 12 marking, 12 tackling. Not slow. Well, not slow for this league, definitely. 6'4". He's a bit of a monster. He's not great at anything else, like his one passing, one throw-ins, one dribbling. But, if he could just stop the ball and boot it upfield, that should help a lot. One player that it looks like I've got an offer in for £85 a week because that was the lowest I could get him. But 7 crossing, 9 dribbling, 9 finishing, 11 first touch, pretty fast, 5'11". He's got a pretty low work rate technique and stuff. I'm a bit undecided about whether I want to go for this player, but he is wanted by quite a few bigger clubs than me. Well, by like literally every other club in for him is bigger than me. So I don't know if it's worth. I don't want to say breaking the wage structure for him, because he's going to be earning like over 3 times as much as most of the players we've signed so far. We've got a couple of 30 odds, but he's still over double that. But I think he could be a good shout for us personally. And we've got Newton Seelakonde, striker, 13 finishing, 7 and 8 for the dribbling first touch, 13 heading. He's only 5'8", so that 13 heading is 5'8" with 1 jumping reach and 1 balance. So he's not brilliant, but he would definitely be an okay backup, I believe. Newton Seelakonde is in, the English player that started his career at Barnsley. 13 finishing, 13 heading. Natural fitness is all right. It's quite short, so the heading might not be too important. But, I think he's an all right addition to the team. Oh, we've got a couple more in. So, yeah, everyone's happy that we've signed the player. I mean, everyone that we've signed has been a 5-star player according to our squad. Jack McConville, centre-back. He's actually one of the better centre-backs I've looked at, I feel like. So I'm quite happy he has joined. And Jaden Alambi-John. I'm going to delay this one for a week because he has accepted. But, once you have a player on higher wages, everyone sort of wants higher wages. And it's one of those, he's very good. He's very fast. He's been at he's been at Warsaw. He hasn't played for Warsaw. He's very fast, and that could be a really good thing. But I really don't want it to come back to bite me and mean that I can't sign anyone else. So I want to delay him joining as long as possible if it's a guaranteed thing. I want him here by the end of the season. But I have also got bids in for, let me just say, if I go for transfers, I've got a lot of midfielder bids in. People like Finley Wood, who are, he's pretty much, he's not quite as good at these things, but he's almost as fast and has got better points elsewhere, and he's, potentially joining a £20 a week deal. We've got, he's the only right midfielder, which would be a, direct competitor to Jaden Alambi-John. Robert Hanna here is on the left side and has got very similar stats, to be honest. He's looking to join at £20 a week. Ollie Sims is another left side. He's maybe even better looking at it. 10 crossing, 12 acceleration, 12 pace, and he's looking at joining on £30 a week. And there joins Adam Harding as a head physiotherapist. That throws a bit of a spanner in the works there. Ollie Sims has turned us down to go and join for £50 a week with Wroxham, who are Isthmian League 1. So that's actually considerably higher than us, I think. Or at least like 2 teams up, two divisions up, I believe. So, yeah, I'm not happy about that, but I can definitely see why it's happened. And in the most Football Manager-ass thing I've seen so far on this fucking save, Newton Seelakonde is kicking off because our promise to strengthen the first team squad has not been met, and he's reached a point where he's seriously considering his future. It's the 29th of July. He joined the club on the 22nd of July. He's been here a week. And in that point, in that time frame, fair enough, he has played 2 games. He scored 2 in the first game and 1 in the second game, got a 9.7 and an 8.1 rating. He's had a very good start to his career here. But he's kicking off that we haven't improved the squad enough. We have brought, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more players potentially coming in. Maximum 6, because I definitely don't want all 3 of these, I don't think. We have signed Jack McConville. It was on the same day as him, so I don't know, maybe that doesn't count. But overall, that's a bit ridiculous. And even more ridiculous, when I click this, I don't have a way to say, give me a bit more time. I sincerely apologise, maybe. But I don't feel like I should have to apologise, quite frankly. You're gonna have to toughen up. Well, surely you don't want to. You don't want to leave an atmosphere like this. What is our squad dynamics? Club atmosphere slightly above average. I sincerely apologise. It's the only thing I can do, really. There's too much water under the bridge now. In the week since I've joined, you haven't completely signed absolutely everyone in the team. You haven't placed someone in every single position in the squad. So I can't possibly deal with this anymore. You're going nowhere. I suggest you get on with your job. He's furious. So it is decision day on these two. So Finley Wood has agreed to join the club. I think I'm going to accept. What is this set to this? Position abilities. Yes, he's a right winger. They're both of these are right wingers. Jordan, I just can't I'm going to try and delay it further. If he rejects it, then that's fair enough. But I just can't make a decision on him yet. Finley Wood, £30 a week. In you come, son. The deal hasn't fallen through, so that's perfect. Finley Wood, get you in. Getcham has gone somewhere else. That's a bit annoying. Removing from my shortlist. Mitchell Nolan, a midfielder, 14 passing. That's kind of nuts, I feel like, for this level. I mean, he's a Mazzala first, which, I mean, I feel like 14 passing, 9 vision, 11 work rate. That's pretty damn good for like a sort of playmaker, advanced playmaker, defensive playmaker at this level. I might be wrong, but I feel like for £35 a week, that is well worth a punt, quite frankly. As far as captains go for the season, I'm a little unsure who to go with. It's saying Lyndon Weller should be, it's recommended. It makes sense. He's been here the longest. He is reasonable with 13 leadership. But it's weird that he's the top recommended person with 13 leadership, 4 teamwork. That is teamwork, isn't it? Yeah. Like these two are probably a bit too young, but I would quite like to make Finley Wood the vice captain. At 14 and 5, he's better at both. But yeah, I don't have many sort of old heads in this team. You've got Jamie Brooks. Basically, the first 2 people I signed, Lyndon Weller and Jamie Brooks, are quite old. Everyone else is a child. So I think I'm going to go with this for now. I don't know how successful or how much of an impact it's going to have really at all. We have got Cole Robinson joining us, centre midfielder. He's not anything special, but he's 11 first touch, 9 marking, vision, work rate, leadership, determination are all okay. He's quite fit. It's more just someone to make up some of the numbers a bit, and at £20 a week, that makes sense. Got another sign in here, one that I'm not 100% sure we need, and at £65 a week, it is definitely quite an expensive deal. But looking at Cameron Moncrief, he's pretty bad at a lot of things, but 13 dribbling, 13 finishing, 13 acceleration, agility, pace, 16 natural fitness. I feel like he's sort of like I'd be silly not to. He literally played 3 times. I was going to say for Bury, but Bury went bust and had to start again, so that might not be the best example. But it was at Salford. Yeah, Bury, like he should definitely be good for this level. Very fast. What is he like? Sorry, Jane Lamby John even, just changing the subject completely compared to Finley Wood. Finley Wood is apparently a fish. That is one of the oddest polygons I've ever seen, whereas Jane Lamby John is just better at basically everything. I think I'm going to go for Jane Lamby John. This might be a bit controversial at £85 a week, but I've already signed Moncrief at 65, so the wage structure has already slightly shifted there. And Moncrief, 4.5 stars, very good. Jane Lambijon, 5 stars, very good. Hey, looks like we've managed to sign Oliver Kemp. 13 heading, 11 marking, 12 tackling. Not the most physically, not the most speedy. Actually, 3 strength at 6'1". Come on, man. Are you me? That's embarrassing. But overall, should be very strong and can also play defensive mid. I have just put an offer in for a defensive midfielder. Torres Bromont, who again, there's a lot of things like if you're just looking at colours of the abilities, there's not that much great here, but he's pretty good at everything. Like there's not many, like there's a couple of ones and twos, but they're at things he wouldn't need. Whereas a lot of the players we end up seeing and looking at are like tens in the things they need and ones in absolutely everything else. So I think if we can get Tyrese, that'll be quite good. I think we've only put him on like £40 or £35 a week or something. Oliver Kemp, there we go. And it looks like Odin Button Forshaw is coming in as well. 16-year-old centre back. Again, not many of his stats are exactly insane, but 16 balance, 13 jumping reach. He's got 11 tackling, 8 marking, 8 heading. He is more than good enough for what we need. And at 16 years old, I believe I've got an optional contract extension in there as well if we get promoted. I wanted to get him, and we got him. So, hey, looks like it's time for the first match of the season. Coton Green, funnily enough, the team that stole my friends away from me, they're going down. Let's actually, what are their predicted? Media prediction 11th, and our media prediction is 13th. So this should be a pretty even game. So, right, let's get into this. We're going to need to slightly. Oh, Oliver Kemp can actually play defensive mid. So that's pretty good, although I was hoping to have him play centre-back. So I really am not sure what I'm going to do. I think this is how we're looking at lining up. Just move that. It's actually, how does he compare to Walla? No. So I completely forgot that Tazivash Chibaya here is, he was in our under-21s squad. I mean, he is not great, and he's probably just as bad as a lot of the, not real players. Just checking there was no one else in the under-18s. But, it adds enough. I was sat here thinking, I'm sure I've just signed someone. And went check, yeah, Odin Button Forshaw just joined, and he went straight into the under-21s as well. So while I was there, found them. I've decided to go Oliver Kemp at defensive mid. I'm not sure if I want him as defensive midfielder or a ball-winning midfielder. We'll have to, just see how this goes after these games. Brooks on the left of centre mid. I feel like we might need a replacement for him realistically, because him and Cole Robinson are about the same, and I was thinking Cole Robinson is pretty bad and he's basically just a backup, so we might have the same problem with Brooks. But Nolan, however, on the right side, there's a Mazzala. I think that will work quite well for him, despite his complete inability to dribble the ball. But it says it's his best position, and at this point, I'm not sure I'd argue with anything. Although we have got pretty trash staff, so I don't know how much you should be trusting it, actually. Thinking about it, but hey, we'll give it a go. Okay, Coton Green. Let's see how this goes. I'm both optimistic and a little bit terrified, I'm not going to lie. So just before we get into the final game of the season, I just want to have a quick little disclaimer here. My audio levels are a little bit off here. I have got the in-game audio playing, and it's a little bit too loud, but like an idiot, first time I've used OBS since reinstalling it on my new computer. So I was recording on one track. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. You can still hear me, but I apologise in advance, and I'm just saying, going forward, this won't be a problem. Just actually boots it on the field. This is the most non-league football you're ever going to see. Pass through, puts it wide. Tragic. Slightly lower in the in-game audio because it's coming through quite loud from me. I'll have to see what it's like on the recording. I might pump it back up for future games. I wanted the crowd noise on as well, just for a bit more atmosphere. Newton Siliconde. Cleef? Nope, not quite. Aguilar. We're just constantly targeting that long ball up, haven't we? Oh! What? What a touch and finish! Oh my god! First goal of the season for the team and for Moncrief here. What is it like? chest down, long ball up, takes a touch, smacks it on the volley. Absolutely unbelievable. You'd never believe that these people are getting paid £20 a week. Sign him up, Champions League football. Lovely little chip over. No, doesn't quite make it. The Congswell, Brooks, Nolan. Oh, Moncrief. Can he get a touch past the keeper? No, he can't. Butcher collects. Oh, this defender is going to end up with such good stats to fill up. Moncrief is through again. Oh, what a finish. Oh, I love this man already. Come on, Moncrief. Absolutely nuts. But yes, that was Newton Siliconde. An odd touch, you know, you're not going to see many first touches like that. But it works out brilliantly. Weller? Could you just do something useful? Yes, okay. Old man Paul Weller at the back there. Certainly really managed to sneak in. We have pretty comfortably dominated this game so far. Happy with the number of shots, lads. Keep it up. Let me just double check how everyone's getting on. Not that I've got many good sub options. I mean, Jaden Lambie-John, I'd expect a bit more of you. But yeah, overall, I think we'll leave it for a bit. We might make a sub in about 20 minutes or so. Lambie-John. What was that pass? Kemp. Oh, he's in behind. Moncrief. That's going to be a hat trick. Silabunde. Oh. Yes! John Lambie-John. Jaden Lambie-John. Not John. Oh, beautiful header at the back post there. That was a really good cross in, I feel like. Just looped it in the back. I mean, the defender marking him literally didn't move. That's not even just a, oh, he couldn't react to time. No, he just stood there and watched. So he's slightly injured, so we'll take him off. I don't really know. I might bring Robinson for Brooks actually, just to give him a run out. Now that we've got the game a little more comfortable. Galore, Sunday. Oh god. Bang it. Oh yes, as well. Lyndon Weller with a nice shot from outside the box. I was going to say a screamer, but it moved at about 3 miles an hour, so I'm not sure you could class that as a screamer exactly. Look at that. I mean, beautifully placed in the bottom corner. You can't expect the keeper to get to that. And Nolan here with on the wrong side of the pitch, but making a good little break for it. Can you get a crossing? Oh, back to Kemp. Oh, what a goal! That is nuts. Oh, look, Kemp, I didn't even check if he could shoot when I signed him. He's a centre back, and he's just banged it into the top corner. That is a beautiful finish. Oh my god. Moncrief was a lovely pass inside to Robinson. So you can't expect that to sneak in, as much as I've loved it to. Okay, 5-0 in the first match of the season. That was unexpected to say the least. Lindsay, you should have joined us, mate. Yeah, that was such a good first match. 18 shots, not like only 1.4 XG, but you can't really trust XG, I feel like. 54% possession. We just absolutely played them off the park. There is no two ways about it. I'm really happy with that. Top of the league. What a first match. 5-star. Chelmsley Town. Triumph. Immediate impact. Yep, I will give you all the plaudits. So I feel like with that first victory there, that is a good time to end this episode. So we are... I am going to carry on trying to fill out the rest of this squad. I have still got a bit of time. I'd probably like I said, I want to replace, realistically, Lyndon, Weller and Jamie Brooks should end up on the bench. And then I probably want, I mean, Shibaya here, definitely not good enough, but looking at the abilities. Yeah, pretty much anyone McGee down should end up with a replacement. if all goes well, and then that'll give me a bit of extra slots, a bit of extra players outside of the matchday squad to be able to get a bit of rotation in. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, so Chelmsley Town, top of the league. Job's a good one. We will see you next time.